Today I want to show you guys a simple mod for 7 Days to Die. It's a Fireclub, and I'll show you how to install it and what the files, the codes mean. So the first thing you're going to need to do is go into Steam, open your 7 Days to Die, go to Properties, then go to Local Files, browse Local Files, then from there go to Data, Config, and you'll need this window in just a second. The next thing you need to do, notepad++.org is the site, and this is the best editor to use for XML editing because it's going to put the code in the right way you want it. You don't want it to be all black text. So then you can just go to download. This is where the window will come into play after you have Notepad++. Now you can go into the XML files by right-clicking and then going to Edit with Notepad. So you'll need like blocks and buffs, entity classes and groups, items, recipes, just the different XMLs to edit. So once you've opened the ones you need, they'll stay open in Notepad up here until you close them. So even if you close Notepad, it remembers that. So the first thing I want to do here is edit the recipes XML. So I'll take my code for the Fireclub wood and copy that. Go into recipes XML, and I've already done this, but I'll show you how to do it. When you put the recipe in, it's going to be under your last recipe, which will be this one, and above recipes. If you see how Notepad++ kind of color codes things, like the green is a comment and the blue is kind of like the function, so you would paste it right underneath the last recipe. So where I pasted this here would look like this, and you just paste it in, and then you click save, and then the recipe is in there for the Fireclub. So the next one would be localization. Localization is just going to give it a description of what the item is. Under the recipes, that's just how you're going to make the item. So you can edit this out, like if you wanted more wood to make the club, or to use more animal fat, or even say you wanted it to take coal, you could add that in here. But for the next step to install this, we're going to take the localization text, copy all of this, open location text, and I don't think there's really a specific spot you have to put this, but I usually put it next to something that the mod is, like say the clubs. So I just went down to the clubs, hit end on the one before it, and then hit enter to make an entry, and then I just pasted it in here. I'm going to delete all my space here. Then you just hit save, and the localization is done. For the items, you need to replace the X's with the last number of the item list. So you'll take your code, copy it, go into items, and I will delete this out since I've already had it installed. This is my last item, which was 1466. So I'll go down underneath the item block here, open a spot, and paste it in. Now I need to change these X's to 1467 because that would be the next number on the list. Then you would save it, and then the item is added. So we'll go back to the torch mod, and that is all. So now it is the end of the game. Now the way I edited this is pretty much the club. And then I added a torch sound, which is under sound idle. So when it's just sitting there, it kind of makes a fire sound. Then I added a buff to it, which is burning. And the buff, there's two buff values here. So there's critical and burning. So your chances of a critical is 10%, which is right here. And the burning is 20%. And you can change this to anything you want. If you want them to burn all the time, you can change it to 1. So every time you hit somebody, they're going to catch on fire. But I just wanted mine for 20%. I don't want to make it too overpowering. So that's what that would be. Then you can change how much stamina it takes to use it, how much damage it does to, like, say, the head. You can change different values of it. And I also made this Fireclub red. You can do with a custom tint and a custom icon. I used club wood for the icon. And the tint is red, green, and blue values. So I wanted it more red, so I made it 100 on the red. And I'll show you it in game now. Alright, to test it out here, I'm going to show you how to make it. It's in here. Fireclub. It's also grouped into weapons. Fireclub. You need 6 wood and 1 animal fat, which I had in the recipes. So go and craft one. Alright, we're at level 25. You can kind of hear the torch burning sound. Let's see if we can find some zombies. And it's got a 20% ability to catch zombies on fire, so we'll check it out. There we go. Headshots make them catch on fire a little easier. Okay. Can't go break in that box. And there she got burnt. It's a simple mod, but it really helps you out when you're first starting out. It's not going to always catch the zombies on fire, but 20% ain't bad. And that's kind of how it works. Thanks for watching.